Hello everyone, welcome back to my SilverStripe tutorial, and in this video we will be creating our video objects. So we're going to make that directory, so we're going to open up our terminal, type in mkdir to make a directory, and then all we need to do is specify our path, so that's app, source, and then videos. Next we're just going to open our text editor. And we're just going to start typing, so that's going to be an angle bracket, question mark, PHP, class, video page, and that's going to extend a page. And then we're just going to save that in our app, source, videos directory that we made. We're just going to name this file the same as our class, so that's just going to be video page. Now again, we're just going to run a dev build on our site. Once that is finished, we can go into our CMS by typing in /admin. And our login information here is going to be what we entered in our env file. So in our case, it's going to be admin and password. Once we're logged into our CMS, we can go over to the Add New button. We're going to select our video page and make sure this is a top level page and just hit Create. SilverStripe will create our new page, and all we have to do is press Publish. The page will exit draft mode, and to quickly view our front end, we can click on this icon here in the corner. Now we can click on our newly created video page to view it. Now there's nothing special about this page yet, but we're going to change that. Now we're going to start by creating our video data object. So we're going to create a new file. And we need to use the data object here. So we're going to say use SilverStripe /orm /data object. Now ORM stands for Object Relational Model. It's the way the database system works in SilverStripe. You don't need to worry about that too much right now. And we're going to just call this a video object, and it's going to extend a data object. Now we want to define a relationship on this object, so we're going to say private static has one equals an array. Make sure we have this semicolon. Now this is going to relate this to the video page, so we're going to call it video page, and we're going to point it to that class. So just like this. Now we will also need to reflect that relationship on our page. So we're going to say that a page has many of the video objects. Excuse me, those are going to be square brackets actually. So video object now we're going to have to run dev build anytime we make these changes that are reflected in the database, like has many or has one. We're actually going to make this plural, and this is not going to be plural. Now we're going to want our video object to have a file associated with it, the file being the video. So you're going to want to import this class in this file here, and we're going to want to define another relationship. So this is going to be the video source, and we're going to set that to the file class. Don't forget your comma there. Now, aside from database fields, we also want to control what the form looks like in our CMS. So we're going to import these two classes here, an upload field and a field list. Now we're going to use this special function that SilverStripe defines, and that's called get CMS fields, just like that. And we're going to want to return a new field list in here. And in the field list, we want an upload field. Now in this create function, we want to pass in what we're creating. So in this case, it's going to be the video source. Now back in our video page, we're going to want to define what that form should look like. So we're going to do the same thing in here, and we're going to want these grid field classes that will let us control data objects on the page. So public function get CMS fields. Now because this extends a page, it already has CMS fields. So we're going to want to get those by calling the parent get CMS fields. Right? And then we'll return those down here. Now we're going to want to use those grid field classes. So we're going to add the field to the tab, and the tab is called root.main, and we're going to create a grid field. Don't forget our semicolon n. Okay, now this is going to control the video objects. The label is just going to be videos. And this down here will retrieve any existing video objects to fill this grid field. And then lastly, we will need the config, which is up here. So we can just grab that, just say create. And that's just the configuration for this grid field. This grid field class actually is very flexible, and you'll see this a lot in SilverStripe. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to want to run dev build anytime we define new relationships in our database. Now back in our CMS, if you scroll down on your video page, you should see a grid field down here where you can add video objects. So we're going to click on that. And here you see the field list with the upload field. So now we can just browse our computer for a file. I just have this sample Earth video. Now you're going to want to see that check mark before you hit create, or else it won't go through all the way. Alright, well, we've uploaded this video to our page. Now I hope this was a good introduction on how you can use a page to control data objects. And in the next video, we'll talk about templates and actually getting this video to show up on our site. Catch you then.